Wow. Hey everyone, it has been a bit. Once again, we are back with Demon King Chronicle, and I have a few important notes as compared to last episode. The issue that was causing our progression blocker bug has been fully fixed, and I have confirmed this as of 10 minutes ago. So, God willing, nothing has changed within that span of 10 minutes. But, phew, we've got that taken care of, and with that, there should be no further issues preventing us from exploring the last three or so dungeons that seem to exist in the game. The main final dungeon, and then there's those two holes that we can jump down to investigate what's down there. And in addition, there's a couple. There's the magic bean over in the disease that is almost fully grown. And last time we stopped, we left our save out there in the disease. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay. Get the game fired up. Get the screen laid out in a way that makes sense for me. There we go. Huh. Pep is hyped because someone just entered the front door. Ah, right, that's the gimmick of this arena. So, we had checked and that growth wasn't actually fully done yet. So, I am going to simply walk back over to the main dungeon and prove to y'all that I have in fact fixed the issue. Should be handleable. Yep. Easy. And as a little reminder, the gimmick with this area is that those bugs do extreme buffs on all other enemies. So if you get into a fight that involves both one of those bugs and a enemy of any other type, then you might be straight up just dead instantly. Because that's kind of what the gimmick of this game is. It's survival horror in disguise, almost. It's got the trappings of a survival horror game of trying to sneak carefully around enemies and manage your fights, but plays like an RPG. That should be fine. Yep. There's no parry to help you. What do you mean by that? You mean null? Don't know why you're calling him that. Yeah, null only appears in specific dungeons. Oh no, oh no, oh no. from Resident Evil. The only Resident Evil game I've ever played is 4. Oh, that guy. That guy's name was Barry? Okay. Take this with you. It should help if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you. Or whatever it was, something along those lines. Yeah, Jill Sandwich. Now I know who you're on about. And this is the wrong way. I do not want to go into the castle, I want to return straight home. Is this the one? There we go. New empty bottle. Seems fine. Do a quick save. Was it in here that... I believe that we chased the Demon King Chronicle out here. Yeah, and it crashed through this wall, bringing us to this perceptive reality location. F Zoe, hello. Nice to see you in chat. So, for the actual bug that is fixed now, the issue is twofold, and astoundingly only comes up at the very end of the game, because the entire rest of the game functions perfectly fine with this issue, and never actually causes any problems until right now. But what the issue is if you unzip the file, the folder that the game comes in, some of the text files for, like, file names are in Japanese. And so if you unzip them improperly, the Japanese text is not recognized and gets turned into gibberish. When this happens specifically with Japanese formatted text, converting it into Unicode incorrectly, it's called mojihake. And amazingly, the Japanese named assets in the folders being incorrectly named never is actually a problem until the very end of the game. And then once you access this last area, it will try and read one of those files. And so you think, okay, I just need to make sure that I extract the file names correctly, and you'll be good. And you'd be wrong, because that is in fact what I did, and it still didn't work. So the other issue there is that not only is the game looking for non-Unicode characters in file names, but the actual code of the game itself is doing something that is non-Unicode. And while the majority of the game can handle this fine, even if the items in that folder aren't properly in their Japanese names without any sort of mojihake issues, something about the code itself not being in Japanese locale will cause it to still fail to find those. And so, there we go. That background of clouds that image file was the thing that was causing all of the issues from before. And luckily, we have a nice shortcut now. So, new enemies. And new territory. Let's see what we have. Fast and ambushy, but not too bad. And these are called resistances. New item. That might be worth it. Let's see here. What's Chatty Barber doing for us again? It's the attack and defense boost. Yeah, it's still worth it to have Chatty Barber equipped, but resistance is definitely up there in terms of items. Imprinting. It's got a sweep attack, that's good to know. And another new item. Defense crit agility. If I wasn't so married to the idea of increasing my drop rate by having Lucky Rabbit's Foot, I would absolutely equip it. Also, this... I feel like I accidentally just glossed over a kind of funny thing that they did here. Hi, Unisits! They visually imply that you need to... Well... Isolation. They visually imply that you need to stay on the clouds and walk across the bridges, but you technically don't have to. And also, oh dear god, I'm about to die. Cool. So yeah, as I was saying, visually it looks like you have to stay on the pathways here. But nothing prevents you from actually just walking straight off them. And as a second gotcha, those pillars are actually enemies, despite the fact you've been preconditioned to view those as obstacles from our previous experience with those. Out here, reality is breaking down. Oh, you! Dang you, Katatema! Compensation. That might be a rare enemy type. Like, that might be a rare item to pick up. What's that, Roof? Always? Or Or no, that rift turned pink because it was in the battle color change thing. Anyways, considering that's an enemy that I killed that was a treasure chest, if that treasure chest stays open, that might have been a really rare drop. Let's try it. Right, I have them equipped with Recover SP while defending, but I haven't actually been doing that, so... Let's see how this loadout works. Flooding in your apartment. Sorry to hear that. Nice to have you here despite that. Oh yeah, and I would like to mention, thanks to Generosity on Ko-fi from both Guy's Username and Conley, I am working on getting a bunch of new emotes for y'all to use. So look forward to that, friends. Magic Bean, there it is. I made a nice little itemized list, and I have artists lined up. They've got quite a bit of a backlog currently, but there is no one I trust more to make slime emotes than that particular individual. Yeah, a bunch of beautiful pixel art emotes of Moo in various actions and states. Keep progressing. Going to be the epic. Come on. Come on, Tommy. Not in my chat. Ouch. Oh, you went and picked up your own mouse and keyboard? Good to hear, good to hear. He didn't have stream. Yeah, well, I'm gonna do more streams about just games because I really like her games and I want to support her as much as I can. Knight's conflict. Wrist support stuff, I see. Found a new item recipe. It's a food recipe for armor. And another major checkpoint. Good. I gotta say, I do really love the feel of this last dungeon. They're making good mileage out of limited assets, you know? It looks like conflicts have a ton of physical defense, but not much magic defense. They can also crit sometimes, so that's scary. Oh, wow, when I said not much magic defense. Randolph's light axe just one-shot all three of them. I might make these fellows fairly good for grinding, honestly. Haha. Interesting opinions in the chat about kobolds, I see. I do find the description of dragon hype man amusing, though. I feel like I didn't explore the screen fully when I had it. Yeah. That's a different enemy. Up and to the left. That's someone you need. They're not chasing me like the other ones were. What are you? Still a resistance, huh? Bizarre. Past all the defenders for a touchdown. Oh, three. Driving time. Uh-oh. Oh god, what's happening? Trauma. Of the blunt force variety, it looks like, considering they're gauntlets. Oh wow, they give you, like, no experience, too. Cool. This is a penalty room. Nothing else in here. The hell out. Ooh, okay. Huh? Right, I had forgotten about this. You again? I think I figured it out. You're a writer, right? And now you're worried because you're in a slump. That's why you look so unhappy. So you're thinking if the circumstances were different, things might work out, and you're stuck racking your brain in a cave on a hard-to-reach island. So then why are you here? I wonder why. Probably because I'm bored. I see. Well, get the hell out. Also, I still owe you for the flower. Just get out right now. That is the best way to pay me back. Oh, and about your theory. First off, I'm not in a slump. I'm the same as ever. Secondly, I'm not even a writer. Aw, I was close. Actually, you didn't even get one right. Will you just get out, please? About this flower. I'm really going to take it, okay? I told you it's fine. Hurry up and take it. Weren't you drawing a picture of a flower? Yeah, I changed my mind. I see. Alright then, I'll take it off your hands. I'll take good care of it. Okay. Well, I'll be back again later. You don't have to come back. Hey there. What are you doing this time? Are you writing something? Show it to me. Do whatever you want. Well then I guess I will. I'll just flip through it. What do you think? Pretty interesting, right? Yep, pretty interesting. Especially this huge white space. I'm still writing that part. If you're finished, Just get the hell out. Fine, I get it. Yeah? Then leave already. So why are you living in this hole, anyway? I said get out. New bottle. Bring this story to its conclusion. You're the only person who can finish it. Report anything over here? Inside the mirror. Got 2 more challenges complete. 5,000 gold. 300 damage in 1 hit. Play the final battle once all the players are ready. And what are the conditions for these doors? Blank 260, blank blank, and blank recipe 12. That does remind me, we did get a recipe. And we can do it too. 2 goat furs. Straight upgrade for Randolph.
To another place.
See ya, Unisits. Did you see that? Haha. Glass fragment obtained. Very sneaky. Let's see here. Let's dive in a pit. After all, we got a magic bean that we can plant. important thing to remember about this area. Don't let the red enemy touch you. And the other thing, conserve all resources. This place is harsh. We can't enter and exit at will, so... every bit of sustained resources is a great boon to us. This does seem to create an interesting problem here, though, because I don't know if I can actually escape this spot. Okay, no, I can do this. There we go. Staff of Sadness is a weird name for an enemy, even by some of the odd naming standards for the other dungeon. I wonder if that's supposed to be like staff, as in not like staves, but like attendant. Employee, almost. This game's no stranger to somewhat questionable translation decisions, but I'm always hesitant to say that kind of thing, though, because Murasaki was fantastically translated and just used a lot of strange metaphor. The classic example I use for that is always "was bitten by a stray dog" as a description for why a commander lost all of his army and an arm and a wing. And so you hear that and you're like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense. Bitten by a stray dog and he lost his entire army. And then later on you read a character profile that says, this person has the power to destroy half the world, but she doesn't actually have too much to do with the story. So if she appears, just imagine it as being bitten by a stray dog. And then in retrospect, you realize that metaphor was for Ayame. Ayame was the stray dog that bit him, and she had enough power to destroy half the planet, so suddenly it makes a whole lot more sense why getting quote-unquote bitten by a dog was enough to take him out. No, 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 no. Okay. This area sure is sprawling, which in turn makes this area absolutely terrifying. I can't keep fighting like this. I need to start dodging things and... Okay. I've looped back on myself, so... That's solid evidence that we've found everything we can here. Down the stairs. And I do remember some of the critical path from this area, so... I feel like this is a trap. Chat. Which one do I pick? Something tells me I'm not going to be able to open all of these. I kinda am thinking I open the black chest, because this could be a reference to the tale of the honest woodsman. For anyone who doesn't know that tale, and to burn time while I wait for an answer here. The tale of the honest woodsman is basically a humble tree cutter ends up dropping his woodcutting axe in a lake. A goddess of the lake comes up and says, "You dropped something in here, didn't you? Did you drop this golden axe, or did you drop this silver axe?" And the woodsman says, "Neither of those. It was a normal iron axe." And then he was rewarded for being honest. And so, seeing three options, one of which is gold, one of which is silver, it's going to be really funny when I'm allowed to open all three of these, but in any case. Portrait. Mimic. I think I hit the nail on the head here. Yeah. I'm going to run on the assumption that the golden one is the same way, so I was totally right. Anyway, the reason I knew that was there is because when the world shifts, there's a hole there. I feel happy that I managed to figure that out just off the cuff like that. Magic bean planted. lag are horrible. Running out of life here. Can't even tell what that is up there. Just keep running. Damn it. Come on, how much further is this? There's a save point up there. Please. No, 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 no. Oh. This sucks. We know our destination now, though. We can make it there. Our setup for null is pretty bad as well. We could stand to optimize null's loadout a bit. this leads to a dead end that contains glass fragments and stuff. Bait this enemy into coming over here. Twist around him. Take the upper route of this loop first, that way I will come back down and be at the stairs. Saving me on a bit of travel. Down there. What? That wasn't a red enemy. Why are you one of those? This isn't right. That shouldn't be one of those.
Holy crap.
I'm right, aren't I? That wasn't a red enemy. I don't think that was a red enemy, that was a black one. So why was it an ancient nightmare? Haven't seen them do that attack before.
Ugh.
Alright, God. Latter portions of this game are absolutely brutal. Back here, I guess. Good lord. Be unconscious. That's rude. Down I go. Only you missed me dying twice in the other dungeon. One of which was one fight before reaching a save point. Alright, I think I get it. It's one of those step on every tile puzzles. Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks to Tactical Nexus. Okay, let me think about this. I'll take this fight. Cool. Position the window behind you. Hang on. Katatema, I salute you. Delusion Cocoon. Straight upgrade unleveled up or null. And anyone who's wondering, I tabbed away from the game and then I opened up the glossary in the game's directory. I was looking for anything else that was there. And by hiding the game window and then bringing it back, the door opened. Repression. Ugh. This continues to be quite demoralizing. Oh. Are you kidding me? Mole's practice weapon. This game continues to be rather mean-spirited at the end here, but I'm not gonna give up. Besides, I actually didn't lose all that much progress now that I think about it. Because I honestly don't know how they're doing that. That's really impressive to me. It looks like it is actually detecting if you have a different window in front of the game window. tell if this is actually helping at all. Moving step by step like that. Ah, hell. Just need to pray they don't do their sweep attack. Lucky so far. I am so dead. Holy crap. Truly blessed. This is a nightmare. Am I missing something? Conley, did you discover something about this area? Do I just need to bait them into corners like that? That one has two wings. Or two sets of wings. Bum rushed your way through. It at the very least looks like their sweeping attack is rare. And I just was extremely unlucky that one time. You're also a much higher level. Alright, yeah. Ah, that's one tactic. They move much slower than you while you're in the pre-fight phase. Holy crap. Progress. We made progress. We made actual goddamn progress. Catharsis. truth that I'm just unwilling to face here. I'm not high enough level for this. I need to grind. Not again. I was interested in the rest of that story, even though it's still all blank white pages. Well, listen for a second. I thought of something good. I'll provide stuff for you to write about. Well, that's fine and all. However, I already have a story inside my head. Putting it down on paper is as easy to do as breathing, so no reason to ask others for help. Well, for Chapter 1, how about you write a story about trying to reach a high place? Listen when people are talking, please. What should we do for the characters? You can use me as a model if you'd like. Just how thick are you? Okay, then I'll tell you about my experiences. It might help you beat that writer's block. I'm going to start, okay? Just do whatever you want. I won't be listening. Well then, let me get started. Where was that place again? In the middle of the continent. I forget the name of it, but there was a very tall... Hey, long time no see. How's it going? Show it to me. Fine. Ooh, great. It's not all blank anymore. So they're climbing a tower? I don't need your feedback. I didn't write it for that reason. It's not something to show other people. Oh yeah? Well then tell me, why do you write stories? I guess... I just... do. So I'm the only reader, huh? That makes me pretty happy, I guess. So how about it? Can I ramble on a bit again? Yeah, go ahead. Say whatever you want. I won't be listening, though. Well then, let me get started. I had a friend. There was a guy named Eretz. Not really sure if he was a good or bad guy, but he was into a lot of shady things. Oh yeah, not that long ago. Did we write this story? I'm kind of interpreting the yellow text as being a younger version of Camille. Because I'd like to remind you that at the very start of the game, in yellow text with that sort of visual effect was, please give this story an ending, followed by us walking into this place. Which I suppose could just equally, just as well, imply that it's someone else, but... we have a lot of money. Sure. They're more efficient gaining of resources now. Or regain of health in between fights. It's a fairly small thing, but I feel like it could make a big difference. In any case, by now, assuming it's not bugged, which I'm a little bit scared it might be, that damn set of vines deep in the disease should be ready for us to climb up now. Shame that we can't have Null with us here. Head down on this side of the river. Get ambushed by a whole bunch of bugs. Die instantly. Okay, holy crap, that is a big increase in overtime recovery. That is so much more significant than I was expecting. That's like a fifth of my total health that I can recover just by walking in between fights. Something like that. Good music in this game. And yeah, I think one of the fascinating things about this game is how... Oh, thank God, okay. Ha! Ha ha! You couldn't trick me, game. I saw through you, game. That seemed like too small of a reward, so I went and checked up there. Nice try, game. Massive skill buff. If you're talking about the sound... Good God. If you're talking about the soundtrack, Conley, I will note that the music is made by music. I just realized I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Musmus. Muse Muse? Like music music? Musmus? But yes, Tetsu, the the personal account name for Katatema, the company name that made this game, that person didn't make the music. The music is made by, yeah, Musmus. And extremely agreed, they are very good at somber piano music. I might do a bit of grinding. I feel like I might know a fairly good spot for it. But one thing I can say is that we're done in this damn place. If I can escape. Phew. So as tough as I'm finding this game, I feel like it's not entirely reasonable for me to call this game exceedingly difficult. It kind of feels like calling a Disgaea game exceedingly difficult, where I don't know how much of this is a failure on the part of the game's design versus a failure of the player to best take advantage of the tools at my disposal, if you know what I mean. It feels like there's a huge number of potential avenues for you to create builds on, and I feel like there's a possibility that I've kind of walked into a concept and I am unwilling to change it up, you know? there's some people who could end up finding this game extremely easy, and I feel like there's people that are going to find this game completely impossible. Makes sense? It's sort of like what's talked about in Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, of the more I play this, the more it starts to feel like this could be a failure. Well, he was talking about it from the perspective of being the developer of that game, but I think it still applies where I really am starting to not think that this is a failure on the part of the developer to make this game, and it's just, this is turning out to be hard for me. Because everyone has difficulty with different things, you know? And I'm not sure I'm particularly good of a build crafter. And build crafting kind of seems like what this game demands of you at a certain point. This does seem to be working pretty well for gaining levels. Yeah, Conley has it right of game does offer cheeky workarounds to various things if you can spot them. That feels like it's at the heart of what this game is do you spot the way to survive this? Between things like turning on dart traps, or turning off dart traps, or turning them on and then baiting enemies into them, there's just a whole bunch of stuff in that ballpark where you can negate or dodge difficult challenges. And to view it another way, that might actually be a problem, because that makes you unreliable. I've been calling this game survival horror, but maybe that's just survival horror is the shape of this game when you're doing a mediocre job. Yeah, Book of Manslaying is an incredible physical weapon, but causes you to always attack last in the attack order, which is a absolutely crushing downside. But I think there are weapons that have fast attack. I believe I remember Conley talking about this previously, where fast attack actually negates that effect entirely. If you have something with fast attack, and if you have something that has slow attack, it ends up equalizing out again. But I don't think I've ever found an item with fast attack. And that's just the way things go. There's a lot of hidden stuff in this game, and the major way to take advantage of that is just not something I found, you know? Sort of what I'd said before about what this game is, where you're going to encounter enemies that a majority of the enemies you can never fight again once you defeat the area's boss, due to the relative realities thing the game has going on. I will never again encounter a mermaid. And so I will never again encounter the materials that I get for killing a mermaid. And anything in everything in every one of the perceptive reality somebody lost the word. Relative realities. Every single item in those is permanently different. Because once you solve the person's trauma, that world vanishes. And with it, every single item and resource that is contained within. And that's just how it works. You know? It's just how it works. If you want to get everything in the game, you have to go out with like a fine-tooth comb. And that's part of the thing. I don't think the developer... We can never say what the developer exactly wants. That's with the author and all that, but everything kind of points to me that they want this to be a personalized experience to some degree. And by having stuff that's permanently missable, that's an effective way to cause that to happen. The challenges you face are going to be different from someone else who experiences this game. Bosses that I kill on my first try might take you 30 tries. Actually, yeah, there's a good way to speak with the developer in a sense. Look at the README. The README directly says, play this game how you want. So it's definitely a part of the design that you deal with whatever comes your way and deal with missing out on things and solve problems and the methods that make the most sense to you. And I think it says a lot about this game that I managed to make it this far without ever grinding. Like, sure, there was like a couple moments where I fought enemies for the sake of gain resources, but never anything like what I'm doing now. I managed to get to the final dungeon before I needed to explicitly just set aside a bit of time in order to just farm enemies. And I think that's a beautiful strength of the game, honestly. Just like Dark Souls. Yeah, again, I didn't want to continue to make that metaphor, but I figured describing the potion system as being Estus Flask-like was enough, but the opportunity for player expression through builds is another way that this kind of feels like Dark Souls before Dark Souls existed. At least I think this game predates it. I might have to make sure of that. I'm fairly certain, though. Anyways, we should have probably an absolute shit ton of money at this point. in assets. $120,000. A 1,000 fights. We've been at this a while, haven't we? And yet still there's some wild mysteries that we haven't solved at all yet. I'm hesitant to get this because I really do want to see what happens if you get to the final battle without it. That way I can go back and see what happens when you do have it. And I can't turn it off once I get it. It feels important, you know?
Hmm.
Alright, with that, one more try. Is it just me or the ground is green slightly here? It totally is. Weird. I tried checking that wall and there isn't anything there, but... yeah, let's see if those improvements are enough to keep us alive through this. That's gonna mess with my muscle memory for a while. Exhilaration. To talk about other games that I've played previously here on stream, I would like to note some fascinating developments in the previous feature of ours, Mars First Logistics, published by Outer Sloth and developed by Ian McClarty. Shape Shop, I believe, is the name of the company. And they have made what sounds like very fascinating and overarching changes to how that game is structured as a whole. Mars First Logistics. Every outpost now, until something is delivered to it, is nothing more than an outpost. After you make the delivery, it turns into a building proper. In addition, they added mining. Like, there's a resource scanner beacon and a mining drill and a mining laser. And I don't know about y'all, but all that stuff sounds really fascinating to me. Widespread, interesting changes. I may have underestimated the power of leveling up in this game. I'm killing these with physical attacks only. Phew, okay. As we learned from last time, that enemy over there that was black, as opposed to a red silhouette, was another one of the ancient terror enemies. Despite not having a red silhouette. Like it's in disguise. You. I'm not giving you an inch. Keep it moving, keep it moving. okay with fighting one of you. Did you drop this gold treasure chest or the silver treasure chest? No. I simply dropped my treasure chest. I like how I managed to call that exactly. Anyway, let's see what this new item is. And yeah, finally, I previously had gone through here and had spotted that and successfully called it on what the gimmick there was. How it was the three treasure chests was a reference to the tale of the honest woodcutter. But curiosity still got the better of me, and I opened the silver chest too. And so while I was expecting a penalty of some sort, I wasn't actually ready for a extremely strong mimic. Sort of I expect one of these to shoot I expect that these two will shoot a knife out at me, and then I open one being ready for a knife to shoot at me and instead decapitates me. You know? Just like, oh, no, that's a much worse penalty than I was expecting. Still can't quite parse what the item is up there, but magic being planted. Shredding through enemies now. That is such a goddamn relief. They're still all very dangerous, but as I was saying, it's still quite dangerous. I really like that scene transition of a royal palace's bedrooms to recontextualizing the exact same room layout as being jail cells. That one's neat. Even if they do the kind of mean move of putting a enemy at the transition point. Don't want to get too excited here, but I think we're gonna make it. Walk a bit back and forth in order to get a bit of extra SP on Randolph. Gain this chest, and then we're hitting that frickin' save point. This is what happened last time. But this time we have defied fate. Wow. 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 But hey, we saved. They make you pay money to save here. Is there no end to the depravity? Oh wow, she's cute. Glendelians. Glendelians? Good lord. So it looks like this is the same sort of gimmick as with the bugs, where we've got ambusher enemies that we need to pick a fight with first. I did not expect that we'd need to do another episode of this game, but here we are. Thank you, Katatema, for the fascinating levels of cruelty of these bonus dungeons. Really breaking new ground in mean tricks to play on the player. Nothing as crass as a insta-kill button that you step on or anything like that, but truly breaking new ground in mean ways to get you to slowly burn away all your resources until you can't progress. That said, that will do it for today's stream of Demon King Chronicle. On Friday, we will be returning to Pacific Drive. I hopefully have all the tech issues of that sorted, but that might be something I need to do another temporary test stream in order to figure out completely. But, as usual, we are going to raid over to a friend. Neve is slime ranching and Slime Rancher. Thanks as always for tuning in, and sorry that I've been away for a while, friends. To another place.